Welcome back, Eagle Nation. Joseph Swanson here with head men's and women's cross-country coach Kate Goupee. Welcome, Coach.
Hello.
So a new thing we started this year, walking and talking interviews. What do you say we walk 100 yards and talk about the upcoming season?
Sounds better than a 5K.
So you recently got back annual trip to Sugarloaf with both the men's and women's team. How did that trip go, and how have the teams been bonding?
It was probably one of our best preseasons to date. We had a fantastic activity set up. We had great time trial. 10 out of our 12 returners improved their times, ran their best times over the past 2, 3, 4 years. And the teams have just meshed together incredibly well, both within their separate gender as well as combined.
Okay. And then talking about the men's teams first. Brought in a couple freshmen this year, but for the most part, still a young team. Several sophomores and juniors ran pretty well last year. What are your expectations for them heading into this season?
I think my expectations are for them to definitely give it their all. Their expectations, they really would like to be in the top 3 in the conference, top 4. And I think relying on some of the older leadership, the sophomores, juniors that are the older ones, and our super 5-year one, that I think that they can get there. I think they have the ability, and I think they really want to.
Okay.
And that's where they're willing to put in the work this year. And they have been, like I said, almost the entire men's team improved in their time trial this year. So they have been putting in the work. So.
And then switching over to the women's side, reigning conference champion, returned almost the bulk of last year's roster. I think you lost one, but big freshman incoming class in terms of kids that can compete. And then of course you've got your core returners. What are your expectations for them, and I guess what are their expectations for them?
Their expectations, they have a list of things they want, and they involve just effort and focusing on their academics. And they hope the cumulative effect of that would be to regain or repeat as conference champions. But they want to do all the right things to get there first, and that's really their priority, is to make sure they're taking care of each other, themselves. But they are competitive. So at the end of the day, and at the end of the season, I'm sure they'd like to repeat.
And then, of course, cross country is a little different than other sports in terms of it's a spread out season, but you want your runners running at their best come championship time. How do you stagger that at the beginning to get your runners into peak performance heading into championship season? Being
really patient and expressing to them that patience is a good thing and that we will get there. The haze in the barn over their summer training, they just need to be patient, kind of continue working, and then be ready to rest and recover and take care of their bodies, so that they then can be successful at the end of the season.
And then lastly, you open up this Friday on the road at Suffolk, which, as we talked about, is the regional course. What are your expectations for both teams heading into the opening meet of the season?
Everyone finishes. Everyone finds that their first collegiate race, for some of them, first race of 2023, they're successful at the end of the day, and that they're able to kind of look back and look at the race and see, okay, now where do I go from here? And have some concrete goals and objectives to then carry out for the rest of the season.
Well, Coach, that's all the questions I have. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk with me. I want to wish you the best of luck heading into your season opener on Friday at Suffolk.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.